Hey troops, the Roy for Geeks Adventures. Woohoo! So got a quickie toy review. Well, actually not that quick because, well, as you noticed, like for the last month or so, I have been gushing relentlessly about this piece. Well, not this specific piece, but the Fulcum Abominus DC Multiverse figure from McFarlane Toys. Gushing uncontrollably. And guess what arrived? It's here! Yay! So, here's the box. No, it's not in the box the way I usually do it. Well, I'll explain as we go along. But here it is in all of its glory. Here's the side view of the thing, the other side view of the thing, then the obligatory box art. So now you're wondering, well, come on, where's the dang figure? This is it. Yeah. It's precious. Now you're wondering, well, how come you didn't leave it in the box and da da da? Well, one, the way it was set up and everything in the box is kind of hard taking it out of the box. And when I tried to put it back into the box, for the whole picture thing, wasn't working out well. So I said, nah. And number two, the wing spiky things were getting kind of cranky off and on. So again, something I'll explain in a little bit. So what is this figure like? Well, it is a Megafigure. It does live up to its name well. Here, let me get you a scale relative to the box. I mean, it does not fill the box to its entirety, but it's pretty dang big. Oh, and by the way, you get the obligatory card and the obligatory stand, but you don't really need the stand. The figure is very stable, stands very well. Hey, the stand helps it stand really well. Hey. How big is it relative to other mega figures? This is the overkill mega figure. It's big. And here it is relative, to the manga spawn figure. So yeah, it's a hefty piece of work. It's beautiful. What looked really cool, in the initial production shots and everything, just as magnificent up close. The sculpting on this figure, I mean, look at this, the detail on this thing. There's so much. I mean, look at the back here. The very H.R. Giger alien-esque spine. You got there are panel lines on this thing like a freaking Gundam figure, okay? I mean, look at this. There's so much. How much details of sculpting? You got the soles of the feet, all right? That is pretty cool. Articulation is solid overall, but it does get a little quirky. You got you got a little bicep, you got a little swivel, not necessarily in the bicep, but in the shoulder. For some weird reason, the legs, you do well, and you got double knees. For some reason, though, when it comes to kicking forward, not so much. So you're not doing Bruce Lee style kicks with this thing, but that's all right. But yeah, overall, the shoulder pads here, they're sticking out. They're made of they're made out of a flexible plastic. So unfortunately, your motion is kind of in the front this way. But oddly enough, if you inside here, it doesn't come out as well, but there's like a little dumbbell swivel ball joint in here, so you get a little bit of range, but it's kind of quirky. The paint is not. They're one of the ongoing things with the McFarlane figures at times can be the paint, the lack of detail. The nice thing about this figure is that the different range of colors for all of the parts of the figure do give it a little more detail, a little more bang. So it's not like you're getting the super detailed Gundam-esque, panel lines, little lights and junk like that. But because you get the differentiation in color from, say, like here, the green versus the red versus the gray here, you get a lot more sense of detail. It's got a lot more pop than the. I love. I should put the review down in the little section a little bit. The manga Spawn figure was really cool, but the paint apps, with this, because of the range of colors, at least I don't feel it as much. Also, actually, the other nice thing is too that at least in the promo shots, you had this bright, screaming Voltron-esque primary color look. The colors are much more muted now in the figure, so you kind of get away from the it's Megazord meets Justice League. I mean, it still is kind of that way, but it's not quite as glaring. Um, One thing though that can be kind of you want to be careful of. The figure does come. These 6 little wing spiky things are detached. They connect to the figure by a ball and socket joint. Um, that's the sound of a very very stiff, possibly brittle piece of plastic. So when you get them off of the figure, these are detached and put in the plastic tray. So what you're going to need to do is get these squeezed in here. You want to be careful. I outright cheated. I got a file and I sanded these down a little bit. I sanded here, I'll show you here. See the little, here, see it's a little ball joint. Now the reason it's slipping in so easily for me is because I sanded this. I demented my figure. Yes, I did. Yeah, it's my figure. Yeah. Probably sanded it a bit more than I should have. But honestly, for the sake of my own peace of mind and not worrying about is it gonna break, the range of motion is better. There are also other tricks using hair dryers, whatever, to help loosen the plastic. But in all seriousness, you'll want to be wary of that. See how the connection goes at first, because actually the posing possibilities of this are pretty cool. They look cool. um, so what is the final word? Okay, this is a quirky figure. Um, because let's be frank here, it's the Justice League meets Megazord meets slash Voltron. Some people may look at this and go, "Why the heck am I going to look like something that would be bought by a 7-year-old?" The funny thing is, when this figure was first announced on the McFarlane Toys website, in the comments, it was a lot of fun seeing people go, "Okay, that looks crazy, and I want it." So, as much as folks may want to laugh and go, "It's Voltron meets Justice League," they're still going, "It does look pretty cool." I love it. I mean, how many times I post about this stupid thing before it was released, and the heroclix piece. The joy of it was that when I got it out of the box, it was just. The articulation may not be perfect, but it's more than good enough. The beauty of this figure is magnificent. So much detail. Overall, posability is really, really solid. Oh, the other nice thing is this thing is flat feet, so it will stand quite well on its own. Like I mentioned, the one thing to be wary of is that you got this kind of funkiness going on with the wings, so you may want to kind of lean it against something on your shelf, or if you're posing it, if you're playing with it and fighting, you want to lie it down this way just to make sure nothing bad happens to these. But all in all, it is a wonderful piece. I got this directly from the McFarlane Toys website, so I think I got a little bit earlier than most folks. But it is on the way to your big box store, your local comic book shop, your local website. Just keep your eyes open. It should be popping up. If not within the next couple of days, very, very soon. But there you go. A wonderful, huge, precious piece for your section. shelf. I am so gushing right now. It is ridiculous, and I don't care. Anyway, I gotta go because it's late. Tomorrow's a work night. You know, blah blah blah. Anyway, hey, y'all take care. May the force be with you. May the odds be in your favor, especially when you're waiting for the FedEx person to drop off your figure. Precious. And as always, could be good to each other. Keep peeps. Y'all take care. Pew 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 pew. Good night. Peace. Bye.